at the age of 16, I went into a gallery called Abacus, and I met this incredible woman. She was already 80 years old. And I asked her, I said, Eva, because she had introduced herself as Eva. And I said, how does one start collecting? How does one start buying things? And she said, I'll show you. She said, you pick out a piece, and I'll let you know what we could do for you. I said, okay, cool. So it just happened that I loved a Harrison McIntosh that was there. And she said, oh my God, already you have a good eye. So she says, that's a $65 piece. She says, you give me $5 down, you give me $5 a week. After those 13 weeks, that piece will be yours. And I thought, really? I said, that would be wonderful. I said, can I keep on doing that after I paid for that one? She said, you could do it as many times as you want, as long as I'm alive. So, so I did. That's what I want to show kids, that if I could do it at $5 a week until it was paid for, they could also do it. Plus, I was dyslexic. I didn't know how to read. And I would buy art books. I would buy art books and I would show my mom. And I would tell her, Mom, where can I buy these things? And she would say, oh, there's different places. I said, well, let's take the bus. Let's take the bus and check these places out. And we would. We would take the bus. And, oh, my God, I never saw such beautiful art as when I was a kid. But as I grew, I saw more and more that I wanted. And that was I think that was my itch to keep on collecting. Well, most of the ceramics are going to AMOCA, and the founder is, his name is David Armstrong, and he was very excited when he came to see the collection. He said, when can we have it? Were the first words out of his mouth. And I said, well, when you feel, or when I feel that the room that you're building for me is ready. And he said, well, that should be ready by next September of 2014. So I said, oh, well, cool. I said, well, then I could hold on to it for a little bit longer and enjoy it. And but I said also, with the paintings and the sculpture, Vincent Price Museum at East LA College is very, very interested. They're coming on the 30th to see the collection, to see if maybe we can possibly have a show, hopefully. And also Citrus College in Citrus, California, that will also be a wonderful place for it to be for a while. So I thought, where is my culture going as a culture, as a Chicano? And so I never collected it until I met Margaret Garcia. She was a great influence in me collecting Chicano art. If it wasn't for her, I'd probably still be collecting American artists. So I still give her at least 50% of my love for the Chicano artist. I have chosen my nephew. His name is Tomas Serrato. He was named after my father, actually. And I gave him just the rights just the other day, about, I would say a couple of weeks ago, that I asked him, I sat him down here, and I said, I want you to be involved in the art collection. And he says, I would be honored. I do found objects. I try to put them together as an art project. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then sometimes I see other people's work, and I'll have to call them because I thought something's missing. So I put it in the piece, but then I called the artist and I said, is there any way I can add something to your piece? Yeah, Enrique, you could do anything you want. So it's kind of cool that I've had the rapport of the artist, and they let me do basically what I want to do. And this is a Doyle Lane. He was a black artist. we lived in the same neighborhood, but it was so weird because I got to meet him 30 years later after I had bought so many pieces from a gallery in Pasadena called Abacus. And a friend of mine, Richard, said, "Oh, would you like to meet a ceramics artist that I know?" And I said, "Sure, what's his name?" And he said, "Doyle Lane." I said, "What?" I said, "My God," I said, "he was one of the first artists I ever collected." My father was in the 50s, was had a little paragraph in El Piñón, the newspaper, saying that he was the first Mexican millionaire of East Los Angeles. And that was, I didn't know what that meant because I was young. So I would ask my mom, and she said, "Oh, nothing you want to know."